Hello and welcome. Today I'd like to do a film review. You know, if you're like most magicians, you are crazy about anything that has anything to do with Harry Houdini. And I was for many, many years. I'll tell you, there's a book that I'm going to review at some point that deals with the relationship between Harry Houdini and Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle was an advocate and proponent for spiritualism, the religion of spiritualism. Harry Houdini had made the decision later in his life. He wanted to stop doing the dangerous escapes. He continued to do them to his dying day. I mean, he passed away, he didn't pass away in the water torture cell, but he was performing and he had to be broken out, taken to the hospital. It was the last effect that he actually did. So he performed these things to the very end. But he changed the focus of his show as he began to age. He started to do spiritualist exposés. He started to expose what he considered to be fraudulent mediums. There's a number of problems I'd like to deal with, and anyone who's ideologically predisposed to believe that mediums are all fake is probably going to support Houdini and what Houdini did. But he damaged his relationship with Sir Arthur Conan Doyle because of some of the things he said, because of the way he treated Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, and he was expelled from paranormal investigations committees, and I'll get the exact names for you when I do the other review. But he was expelled because he actually planted evidence. See, Houdini had to be able to demonstrate that every medium was false. And he had to expose them. That was the way he presented himself to the public, as the great exposer of the fraudulent medium. So if, A, he didn't know how it was done, if it was fraudulent but he didn't know how it was done, that was an embarrassment to him. Or if it was genuine, it was an embarrassment to him. So he felt that he had to, in some cases, not in all cases, obviously, but in some cases he sabotaged. Let's put it that way. And so this whole relationship of Harry Houdini to paranormal investigations, to the exposing of fraudulent mediums, it played a very significant role in the later part of his life. In fact, he did a lot of touring just speaking about mediumship and fraudulent mediumship. So it's an aspect of his life that can't be denied. It can't be swept under the table. I mean, people I think associate Harry today with escapes, and that's fantastic. He did probably the greatest escapes of all time. I mean, he brought us the substitution trunk, the straitjacket escape, the water torture cell, and so many more. The classics that he created will be classics forever. He passed his body through a solid brick wall that was built on stage. So he did some amazing things, and you know what? I think that if I can remember him for his magic, I'll be a happy man, as opposed to the work he did among mediums of his time. So this film, folks, is called Defying Acts. Defying Acts. It stars Catherine Zeta Jones as a fraudulent medium. It stars Guy Pearce as Harry Houdini, and it stars Saoirse Ronan, who is famous today for her role in Little Women, I believe. But all three performers are just stellar in this film. So if you're a fan of acting, watch it for that reason. They're just great. I thought that Guy Pearce looked to me more like Houdini. He embodied more of what I believe Houdini was about than any other actor I've seen portray him on film. So I just thought this was fantastic. But I'm gonna read to you the description of the film, and I hope to whet your appetite a little bit to see this. Academy Award winner Catherine Zeta Jones and Guy Pearce star in this remarkable love story from the director Gillian Armstrong. Zeta Jones stars as Mary McGarvie, a beautiful con artist who, with the help of her young daughter, Saoirse Ronan, fools audiences into believing she is psychic. When the legendary magician Harry Houdini comes to town, and by the way, the town is in Scotland, the film is set in Scotland, with a skeptic's challenge, he offers $10,000 to anyone who can channel his mother's dying words. By the way, that's true. He did offer a $10,000 reward to anyone who could reveal a particular message to him. Mary accepts the test. Entranced, Houdini enters into a passionate affair with the charming clairvoyant, even as he prepares for the most dangerous stunt of his career. So what you have here is interesting on a number of levels. You've got these performances that are just fantastic. And then you have Guy Pearce portraying Harry Houdini, who has this affair with a medium. And I mean, it's fiction. It's fiction, folks. You know, I think that growing up, I put Harry Houdini on a pedestal. I really did. And I thought, you know, he and Bess, to me, that was one of the great romances of all time, right? I mean, he meets this woman, they're doing sideshows together, they get married, they go on to world fame. What a story. And it's all set around the turn of the century. Just fantastic stuff. And so in my mind, I never imagined that Houdini would ever cheat on Bess. You know, just never happened. There's a possibility that he did engage in affairs. If you read some of the biographies, they mention it. They don't get into the details, the nitty-gritty. There's a possibility that there was something like that. The idea that he would have an affair with someone trying to collect the money on his challenge, that's way out. It really is way out. But the romance is just fantastic. But I'll tell you what really grabs me in this film. There's at the end of the movie, Catherine Zeta Jones is trying to collect. She's trying to have a seance, and she's trying to produce a manifestation so that she can collect on this prize money that Houdini's offering. And she doesn't do quite well, but her daughter gives a performance that, you know, the first time I saw it, what I thought was going on here was that there was an actual, at least what was being portrayed on film, was an actual manifestation that caused the Houdini character to question. And to me, that's something that made the film so special. Now, the second, third time I watched it, I didn't quite get that. You know, I didn't quite get it. I sort of thought, well, maybe she's pretending. But that's the point. We can debate, just as we debate the reality of mediumship. The film leaves you with an ambiguity. It leaves you with a question. And it leaves Houdini, in the film, it leaves Houdini's character with a question. So I just thought this was fantastic. I want to highly recommend it to you. Once again, Defying acts. It was just a stellar film, and I cannot recommend it more highly. Take a look at it, folks. By the way, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and comment down below. I know I've said a few things that could be controversial. So let me hear from you. Talk to me. If you are a Houdini fan, if you're not a Houdini fan, let me hear from you. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.